Okay, so now we've got forms, we've got views, we've got charts, we did our sitemap. Man, this thing is coming together. We're getting close. So I think the next thing we want to talk about is dashboards. So up here, what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the dashboard, right? There are dashboards associated with just our entity, but I want to have an all-up dashboard because I want to set this and we're going to go back and add it to navigation after we're all said and done. So click on dashboards. And so just like in all the other cases, we've got a bunch of system-created dashboards and other objects. We don't want to mess with any of those though. So what we're going to do is we're going to say create new. And we want to do a classic dashboard. So here you get to choose your layout. And so these are going to kind of get you help started, right? So if you're like, you got an idea of basically what you want to do, you want to choose the correct layout and you can jump in. You can change those and manipulate them a little bit. We'll look at that as we get in. And I'm just going to choose a nice little 2-column layout. So we'll click on 2-column. We will say create. And so we'll get our pop-up and then we get a new window here and it looks like we're ready to create a new dashboard. So we'll give it a name. We'll call this our travel dashboard. Just like so. And so then if you go down here and you look, you can hover here and there are different options. So we can insert a chart. So let's just do that because we know we have a chart. So we're going to say insert a chart. And so then from which one of our entities? Well, from our travel tracker entity, we have, look at that, there's our travel by destination. Yeah. So we'll say add. All of that hard work. Look at how much better that looks than it did over in the other page, right? And it's going to look good in the app when we actually launch it too. The little preview window is so tiny, it made all my hard work not look good. Okay, so there we go. We've got a chart over here. We can come over, so we don't want to insert a chart. We can insert a list. We can insert use a relationship assistant. We have the ability to insert a iframe or to pull in a web resource. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull in another list. So insert a list. And once again, record type, way down here. We're going to click on travel tracking. And then we will say we want to show all trips. Just like that. Notice also though that there's our car trips view that we'd created, but we're going to use all trips. So we're going to say add. And so it's not going to preview the data, which is okay, right? Just know that now that we've got that in there, we're in good shape. So we can continue the same process down here below if we wanted to. And keep in mind, right, with these iframes and stuff, we could get really advanced and do something like embed a Canvas app into our dashboard. We're not going to do that, right? It's a little bit more cumbersome than we want to get into today. But keep in mind that, you know, because you have these different options to pull in the iframe in the web URL resources, there are some additional things you can do. Other things we want to make sure you know about is you can take and edit these things, right? So if we say edit components, so then whatever one you're on, right, we have some different properties we can set. So, you know, the labels and the colors. So a lot of different options here that are customizable. So that's available to us. For properties here, you know, that's just our dashboard properties, and we can get our description bolted in there also, so we don't want to do that, but we could. And then we also have, right, and make sure you've got the right square highlighted in blue, right? So that's how I know this is one I got selected. So if we hit the ellipses over here, we also have these options around increase width, decrease width, and height also. So if you want to get in and really, you know, it just made us these 4 squares, right, 2 on 2, and that because the template we chose. But you can come in here and really start to fine tune these sizes if you wanted to. So sometimes, especially like when you start embedding other resources and things like that, where you need it to be a specific size, you might find the need to do that. So we're not going to mess with that today, but once again, I just want to make sure you knew that these options were available to you. All right, so that all looks good. So we're going to say save. There you go, our travel dashboard. So we will close out of there. And so then over here, we will select our travel dashboard. So then we're up to 1, right? Because remember, when you're drilling through here, ideally you want to only show the things you've done. This whole concept of all and having a bunch of dashboards that might not make sense or get your user overwhelmed, that's not what we want to do. We want to have a set. The other thing we're going to do, we'll hit save real quick, but then we're going to go back to our sitemap for a second. So over here in our sitemap, what I want to do is I'm going to grab a sub area. I'm going to drag it over. Make sure we're in our group here, and then we're going to grab our sub area and drag it over. There you go, second time's a charm. And we're going to put it at the top. Okay, and so then what are we going to do? We're going to select a type, and we're going to do a dashboard. And then what dashboard do we want? Our travel dashboard. Okay, so just like that, we've done, and then we'll do our title is our travel dashboard. It would help if I spelled it correctly. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't care if I spelled it right or not. But so now that we've done that, the reason we did this, so our sub area, we made it available via navigation, right? So we made our dashboard show up in navigation. But by putting it at the top of our first area like this, it's also going to be the thing that displays or opens first when you navigate to the app. So when we send our users to the app, they're going to land on our dashboard, right? Because that's the most expected experience, right? So we're going to land on our dashboard, they're going to see our pretty chart, they're going to see a list of our pieces, and then they can drill in and use our app. So that's one of those little tricks, for making sure you get things shown the way you want. So we'll say save. We will publish our sitemap. Looks good, so we are published. We'll go back over here to the app designer, and so I think this is all good as well, so we're going to hit publish. Oh, now you should be excited for the next video, because in the next video, we're going to open the app up and see what we've built. So I'll see you in a second.